Hi students, this week we'll be completing Module 3. So with Module 3, we'll begin our first IRW project, which will focus on personal narrative reading and writing. So a personal narrative is a true story in which we describe something about ourselves and we explain why it matters through what is called reflection. What this means is we're describing something that actually happened to us, including details and examples that will help readers understand our experiences. And then we want to explain why this really matters, what we've learned, or how this has helped us, how this experience helped us specifically. So this week you'll read some sample narratives and they are titled This I Believe. And so these are This I Believe essays in which authors describe something in which they believe or something they value. Over the next few weeks, you'll be asked to write your own This I Believe essay. But this week we won't start writing our essay yet. We're going to look at some examples. And so to get started on the week, you'll be asked to look at a PowerPoint that is called Comparing Personal to Academic Writing. So in our class, we're going to write personal narratives, and then we'll move into academic writing, where the writing includes other sources. But with this first writing assignment, you're writing about your experiences, and we'll go over more about that in the upcoming weeks. So to get started on this week, there is a previewing assignment. So with the previewing assignment, you should preview the 5 choices. There are 5 This I Believe essays to choose from, and you'll be asked to select 2 of those essays to read this week. When we preview, we look over the text, and so we get a sense of what the text includes. You should look at the title, look at the author's name, read the introduction paragraph, kind of get a sense of what you think the article or the story here, the narrative, will explain. And you're asked then to make a prediction. And so this is a guess, your best guess after previewing about what you think the essay will focus on based on the title and the author. So what do you think the essay will describe? That means you shouldn't read the essay yet, right? Just kind of look at the title, look at the author's name, look over the first paragraph, and guess what you think the essay will describe. Then read about the author. So you may see a biography for the author. There may be some things you know about the author. And then read the introduction, the first paragraph, and evaluate it. And so there are some questions to help you with the previewing assignment. Really, why we're completing previewing of this article is to get a sense of what it explains, right? So rather than just reading and hoping for the best, right? Previewing sets us up to have a good experience with reading. We kind of think about what we already know, make a guess of what we think the essay will explain, and then we'll go ahead and read it. And so you should select 2 of the This I Believe essays and complete the previewing process. Then you're asked to annotate the 2 essays you've selected. You will see that I have a video included in the course that will show you how to use what is called Scribble. And so Scribble is an online annotation tool that will help you interact with the text. Be sure to watch the video to learn how to add Scribble to Google Chrome. And so you'll want to make sure to use Chrome with Scribble and add Scribble to Google Chrome. And in the video, I show how to do that. And then as you're annotating, you're marking on the screen, marking the text as you read. So be sure to highlight and define complex and interesting vocabulary or terms that you see. Highlight the most important information that you think stands out. Be careful not to highlight everything, because then, you'll just see a whole page of yellow or pink and you're not sure why you highlighted what you did later. Use comments to summarize each paragraph or section. And so after you read a little bit, add a comment to describe what that section was about in your own words. And then use comments to react to the text. So you might note things that you liked, note any questions you have or personal experience that connect to the essay. The more you annotate, the easier it will be for you to complete the next step, which is to complete an information sheet for one of the readings. And so you're going to annotate 2 of the essays and then choose one to fill out the information sheet. So with the information sheet, you're going to include general notes about the title, the author, the publisher, or the website where this is printed. What date was it printed on? Look for the publication date. And this is a web source, right? We're reading it online. Then you're asked to create an outline. And so what do you think is the thesis statement or main idea of the piece, right? And there's a little bit of an example here, right? The title of the essay describes and then kind of explain what the whole essay was about. With your comments that you've added as you've summarized while reading, you'll be able to identify the major supporting points. So what this means as in each paragraph or section, maybe a couple paragraphs together, there are points that the author makes, right? And so since this is a story, maybe the author describes what happened first, second, third, right? Or maybe the author tells you what's most important through what's least important to them. Try to pick out the points that you're reading and then list them in this outline. This will help you to create a brief summary. So you're asked to take what you filled out for the simple outline and put it in paragraph format. Should be at least 1 to 3 sentences where you summarize what the essay explains. Summarizing is a really important skill in college. You'll use summarizing in all of the classes that you take. So this is great practice. And you'll write your summary on the information sheet. You'll also see that there's a section to add the vocabulary words that you've identified and definitions. And there are some questions that ask you to think about strengths and weaknesses with the essay that you're reading. And so we're doing this because this helps us see an example of a This I Believe essay, and it helps us kind of think about how we might put together our This I Believe essay in a future week. And so we're analyzing an example through the information sheet. You should post your information sheet to the discussion by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Then by Sunday at 11:59 p.m., make sure to comment on at least 2 information sheets from your classmates. Describe what you see as different between theirs and yours. Explain what you think you should add to your information sheet based on theirs, or give them suggestions, right? Like you might suggest that they make a few changes with their summary, right? Or that they add some more details, or you could ask a question. Be sure to use polite language. So it's nice to compliment someone first, right? You could explain what you liked about their information sheet, and then provide some suggestions, right? And use complete sentences and write things in a kind way. Make sure you write detailed responses. And so you're learning from your classmates in this discussion. You're seeing what you all have shared about your information sheets. Maybe there's something that someone pointed out that you didn't think about, right? And so you're learning what someone else kind of, how they reacted to the text. Then you'll see finally that there's the module checklist. So just like last week, you should go through and check off the tasks that you've completed to make sure you keep track of your progress. I'm here to help you. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can reach me by email at pharrington@cnm.edu. So I hope you have fun reading the example essays this week. And then as we go into our next week, we'll start talking about writing our own This I Believe essay. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.